At 5:30, we got our only 5:30 game. Actually, only game that starts before the 7 o'clock window. But we got Arizona in a double elimination game, which is 2-1. Traveling to Cal, which is also 2-1. Cal favored 3.5 points in the Pac-12 network. Jaden Delora, the quarterback for Arizona, has gone 65 of 108 so far, thrown for 748 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Michael Wiley on the ground has had 21 carries for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Jacob Cowing has had 21 catches for 253 yards and 5 touchdowns. Jack Plummer, I hardly know her, for Cal, has gone 67 of 111, thrown for 730 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Jaden Ott on the ground has had 37 carries for 189 yards and a touchdown, and Jeremiah Hunter, I hardly know her, has had 16 catches for 223 yards and a touchdown. Arizona leads the series 19-14 all time, and weirdly enough, the last 6 games have gone to Arizona, ranging from 2010 to 2021. 2009 was the last time Cal beat Arizona, so it's been a while, 13 years since Cal's beaten Arizona. I understand they're not on the same side, so that's why they don't play every year. But still, they played frequently enough that 6-game losing streak against Arizona's got to suck if you're Cal. I think this game has the possibility of being really interesting, right? Because these two teams showed two very different things last week, right? Arizona was 1-1 entering last week, and that was a great opportunity for prime Arizona football to blow that game, lose it by a lot to North Dakota State. I understand North Dakota State's an FCS team; it's not the strongest team in the world. Still, North Dakota State, still a very good FCS team, and a worse Arizona team. Last year's Arizona would flounder. I mean, they lost the football game. You really expect them to bounce back from that? Very rarely has Arizona football shown the perseverance and the ability to actually bounce back from a loss. And that's what they did last week. I understand it was a close one. They really almost didn't bounce back from a loss. They almost followed the loss with another loss to North Dakota State, but they didn't. And they found a way to win that football game. And that's not something old Arizona football would do. Cal, on the other hand, lost a heartbreaker against Notre Dame. A game that, honestly, Cal was in the game for the majority of it. And you lose it at the very end. You almost complete a Hail Mary to tie the game up and send it to overtime. And it came literally a guy just doing this on his chest from tying that football game up instead of doing this, whatever this is. And it's just a heartbreaking loss if you're a Golden Bears fan, because it's a game you could have had against Notre Dame. And it just sucks. But, I mean, Cal looked pretty good in the loss. They didn't look bad, which is what a lot of time I expect from Cal football. They didn't look awful. So, I think has the possibility of being a really interesting football game. Is Arizona or Cal eliminated? Because one of them is being eliminated after week 1. The only time I'm talking about them is if they're playing a team that's not eliminated. So, I think what's going to be really interesting to hear is who's going to win the football game. Obviously, that's what the question everyone's asking, but I think Arizona wins this one on the road, if I'm going to be honest. I think I've seen enough from this new Arizona team that I think this is a good enough team. I think they can go on the road, and I think they can pull off the upset against the Cal Golden Bears.